In this video, I'm sharing with you 5 super powerful manifestation techniques that work. This is for you if you are a beginner. This is also for you if you are pretty advanced at manifestation. Why? Because I actually share with you by the end of this video one practice. When combined with all these 5 techniques, will take your manifestation to a whole different level. Stay tuned. My name is Dihessa Bodjona. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been around here for a while, if you are new here, I'm so glad you are here. On this channel, I share everything energy and mindset for manifesting your heart's desires, your dreams in your life and also in your business. If that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know each time I post videos about this. So before we even get into the depth of this, I wanted to share with you what I have come to know about energy and manifestation. What is manifestation anyways? It's actually very, very simple, right? It goes like this. Where we focus our energy, over and over and over again, creation happens. It just becomes matter. Where our mind goes, where our energy goes, consistently and continuously, creation happens. What ends up happening with us human is that we accidentally or unintentionally, or because we are trying to avoid some certain things in our lives like pain or disappointment or all these things, our mind then keeps moving our energy consistently to the opposite direction or towards the direction of the things that we do not want to create. When we obsess about things that we do not want in our lives, energy is going there. When we keep talking about how somebody did us wrong, around certain things, that means energy is continuously going there, right? When we keep, like, one thing happens to us that we do not desire, but we keep talking about it, we keep telling everybody about it, like, no matter what, can you believe this happened? Energy is going there. Energy is continuously going there. Energy keeps going there, then we keep recreating the same cycles, the same things over and over and over again. But there's a way, there are different ways to shift this so that your energy starts going towards what you truly desire. Like, it's kind of like tricking your mind into creating, into manifesting what you truly desire in your heart, right? And so that's what these techniques are. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the one thing that when you combine with all these different techniques, it actually takes it to a whole different level, right? So technique number 1 is scripting. This is so powerful, right? You may have heard of like 55 by 5 scripting. You may have heard about like the 33 by 3 scripting, or all different sorts of scripting. The idea behind this is by repeating the same thing. This is actually a function of our brain, right? When we keep repeating something over and over and over and over to our brain, that's how our brain really keeps it, right? Like, retains that as what? As, oh, this is important. This is important. We need to focus on this, right? So scripting, really, if you don't know anything about scripting, it's literally about writing a statement of something that you want to create over and over and over and over again, right? Sometimes for 55 by 5, for example, it's writing the same sentence over and over and over again 55 times every day for 5 days, right? It does something. It does something to your brain. As a matter of fact, whenever I'm doing that scripting method, like, it gets to a point where, like, your brain already kind of believes that this is true, this is reality, this is happening, right? So some of the different ways that you can actually make these statements, let's say for example you are a coach or an entrepreneur and you have yet to reach maybe 10k months in your business, right? And you are aiming and you are working towards it. One way to trick your mind into believing this is there are 2 ways that you can do this. One way is, I'm so happy and grateful that 10k months are now my norm. right? Or I'm so happy and grateful that 10K months are now, 10K and plus months are now my norms in my coaching, right? Another way you can do this, because sometimes people feel like, oh, I'm writing this but I don't believe. But in reality, if you write it over and over and over again, at some point it starts, like, your brain starts believing it, right? It really starts like, oh my god, even energetically your whole body starts feeling like, oh, I'm believing this, right? You have to do this intentionally. You have to do this sincerely. That's really important, right? Another way you can write these scripts is, I am creating a 10K month business, 10K plus month in my coaching. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm creating this. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm receiving that. I'm so happy and grateful that this is happening, right? So that's number one, is scripting. Technique number two for manifestation: visualization beyond the goal. This is so powerful. You may have heard about visualization, which is all good, but this one I want to talk about like a different, like it's taking it a little bit further, right? Why is this important? Why is it important to actually visualize, right? Why does it work so well? Sometimes, for example, like I always give the example of coaching, like I'm a coach, so I give that example. Sometimes, for example, when we have, if you, for example, have a goal to have 20 people in a certain program, right? 20 people in a program, or 100 people in one particular program of yours, and then you're visualizing that having happened, right? Oftentimes we just visualize all the way through, right? You may have heard visualize people joining your program, visualize receiving money in your PayPal account, or receiving money in your Stripe account, right? Like visualize people calling you and asking you about your program. Visualize somebody messaging you and say, oh yes, I'm in, right? That's all good, right? That's really, really good. But one step further, I find is very, very powerful. Why, right? When I first started doing visualization and I was doing all this visualization, a lot of the time I could visualize all the way to the point where like I'm receiving the money and all that, but we forget what happens after you receive the money. And so when I started adding that, it actually made it so much more powerful. Why, right? Sometimes we we think about the goal, but we don't think about what happens after, right? Let's say, for example, you have 20 people in your program. Like, your goal is to have 20 people in your program. Then if you've never done 20 people in your program, you don't know what it feels like to work with actually 20 people in your program. But when you can go beyond receiving those 20 people, and then you can start really imagining, what does it feel like to actually have 20 people in my program, and whatever X and resistance you may have around it, because this is really important. A lot of the times we think we want to go, we say to ourselves we want to go, but then in the back of our head we are afraid of certain things. What could happen if I have 20 people? Is everybody going to like me? Are there going to be conflicts between the members of the group and stuff like that, right? But when you can really imagine beyond that and really kind of like visualize what it is that you want it to be like, everything is different, right? Whatever like resistance or worries you had in the back of your head is actually taken care of, right? And I have found that this has been super, super, super powerful, right? Whether it is you want a certain kind of money, right? You want to attract a certain kind of money in your account or in your business, what will you do with the money? Like, imagine beyond just receiving the money. Imagine even like utilizing that money maybe to maybe add a team member to your coaching, if you are a coach. If you are wanting to buy like a beautiful dress, imagine yourself wearing the beautiful dress. And what I have also found is that it actually involves, when you imagine beyond the goal, then your emotions actually really get involved, and like really amplifies the force, amplifies the charge of your imagination and your manifestation. I hope this makes sense. Technique number 3 for powerful manifestation in your life is, this one is a no-brainer: gratitude, right? Gratitude journaling, right? I don't know about you, but no matter what's happening in my life, no matter how good, no matter how bad, no matter how pleasant or unpleasant everything is in your life right now, when we really look at it, there are so many things to be grateful for, right? One thing that I have come to learn, right, like, this is so powerful. Powerful manifestation happens in like simultaneously, when you can simultaneously feel grateful and be in the wanting at the same time, wanting and being grateful at the same time, simultaneously. What I have seen is a lot of people, especially like when I receive new clients in my business who wants to work around this manifestation. When I ask them, what do you want? A lot of the time they just tell me everything that's going wrong in their lives. How a lot of things, like, I don't want to be feeling like this, I don't want to be like that, right? Sure, a lot of the times we may have things that we are experiencing, but if we want to manifest, and we are in the space of, I want to manifest because I need to manifest this, we really get in our way, right? No matter what circumstances we are in, we are okay, right? No matter which circumstances you are in right now, like, you already have everything within. We all already have everything within us, right? Most of us in our world, in the world right now, I know a lot of people maybe do not have food to eat and stuff like that. But if you have food to eat and if you have a place to sleep, you already have everything. If you can look at it from that perspective and know that everything else I get to want, everything else I get to desire in my life, everything else is a plus for me. Not because I need it, not because without it I'm not okay, not because without it I'm missing something, but because I get to choose to have it. From that perspective, everything is so different, and manifestation happens so much faster. You have no idea. Manifestation happens so much faster when you can go from that perspective of being grateful. Even though I'm grateful for everything I have in my life, right, or for a lot of things that I have in my life, I can still desire more. I can still choose for more, right? For myself, for my goals, for my vision, for my heart, for my soul, whatever it is for you, right? So that was the third technique, gratitude journaling. Technique number 4, we almost there. Technique number 4 is this. Vision board. That is so powerful. It goes like, if you look at this goes back to, again, where your mind goes, energy flows. Where your energy flows, creation happens. When we have a vision board, right, literally, depending on where you put it, you can see all your dreams in your vision board. As you like, in the morning you wake up, you see it. In the afternoon you wake up and see it, right? Right now I have moved, so I haven't put my vision board back on my wall yet. But like, when I had my vision board on consistently every morning, it was right in front of me, and it always reminded me to take action for my goals, right? It always reminded not to be aimless. It always reminded me of the dreams that I have in my heart, and to go for them, right? And whenever I felt like I want to lazy off and I see, I'm like, oh yeah, we're working on that. And because our mind consistently goes towards that, it reminds that, and also energy consistently moves towards that, and creation happens. Number 5, last but not least, is this: pretend time. This one, I'm so good at this, and I have manifested so many different things in my life just doing this, like literally sitting down, and in my mind I just pretend, right? I just pretend this is happening for me. This, I did this for running my retreats. I did this for attracting clients in my business. I did this for money. I did this, like, I do this quite often, right? I pretend that, like, literally I'm sitting down and I'm like daydreaming. Literally, that's what it is. Daydreaming about, oh my God, this is happening in my life. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, wouldn't it be nice if this happened? And then I literally just close my eyes and then I'm in that movie, right? If you try that for yourself, like even now as you're watching this, if there's something that, you know, like a lot of times we say, oh, I want this, and then we have but this, but that, but I don't have money, but that's not the point, right? I want to experience the most luxurious things in the Lord, but I don't have money. Then it's like we are, like, it's like so much contradiction in our mind. Our brain is like, what do you want, right? But if you can say to yourself, oh my God, I want to fly first class, right? It doesn't matter how it's going to happen. It doesn't matter whether I have the money right now or not. But imagine yourself, like really pretend I am in first class right now. What happens when I'm in first class? What happens? Like maybe you get served like the most delicious food, or you get to sleep in a cot or one of those like beds, and like it's so comfortable and like that, right? You imagine that, and then before you know it truly becomes your reality. It's really like this works so this is so powerful, right? Literally just by imagining, because the brain does not know the difference between what is a physical reality and what is imagination. But what we often do is we say something and then we literally bring the opposite to it. You know, I can do it because of my kids. I can do this because of XYZ, because this happened in the past. And then our mind and our imagination just keeps recreating all these movies in our mind that we do not want, right? There was one time I did a training with one of my mentors, and like this stayed with me for so long, right? And like this, like every time I remember this. And he said this, he said, your life is literally just a result of the movies that you keep playing in your mind. Your life is literally just the result of the movies that you keep playing in your mind. So you get to choose. You get to choose to play the movies that you want to really experience in your world. Like I've done this for travel, I've done this for money, I've done this for everything, to the point where I am no longer worried about really creating anything in my life, right? Literally, it's just the other thing that it does for you is when you do this, when you play these movies without any resistance, right? Everything that you will experience when you're actually having that in your physical realm, all the emotions, all the vibration, all the energetic, you're experiencing it now, right? You are experiencing it the moment you just imagine this as a movie in your mind and you allow yourself to just receive it, right? To just receive it. This is so powerful, right? So on that note, the one thing that I do that amplifies, no matter what technique I'm using, whether it's a visualization, vision board, whether it is scripting, no matter which one it is that I shared with you here, one thing that I always add to this is energy meditation. Literally activating the part of my brain that knows that it's all possible for me, the part of my brain where I can connect to the true essence of who I am without all the limitations, without all the conditioning, right? And this is literally about feeling and sensing energy, your bioenergy. And below this video I will have a link for you to have this experience for yourself. Whether no matter what technique that you are using, this literally will amplify the potency, how potent it will be for you. Okay, so that's it for this video. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up and share with others, and subscribe if you are not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Au revoir. Bye.